In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
All writers are prone to becoming so attached to our characters and stories that we struggle to see why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing to full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, shaping stories into masterpieces that can stand the test of time. Editing services are provided for all genres and all age categories. Services range from critiques of the short story through to the line edits of the full-length novel and copy editing for those preparing for publication. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites, as well as help with those book blurbs and promotional material. We won't abandon you to the masses. We want to celebrate with you in your successes. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services and prices, visit us at blackwolfeditorial.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it, there to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 $3 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1246. 800-826-1246. That's 800-826-1246. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
Defending liberty 1 hour at a time and broadcasting live from the RWB Network studios in New York City, this is the Ryno Report. Always right.
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
I've now been in 57 states. I think one left to go.
We are going to raise taxes on the middle class.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
You are very rude.
We are going to make America great again. USA! USA! USA!
It's our Americans. Let's roll.
And now, here's your host, the Ryno.
New sheriff in town.
Hello, hello, hello. I am the Ryno, and this is my report today, Wednesday, September 7th, 2016, and we are coming to you today from the RWB Network studios in New York and live on CRN Digital Talk Radio. So, breaking news, the Coast Guard is looking for a woman who fell off a cruise ship. This seems to happen a lot. It happens in movies, but it happens in real life too, and rarely is it an accident. Unfortunate to say, but that seems to be the way this goes sometimes. She fell 11 decks. 11 decks! That's like 130 feet to the water about dawn this morning, 27 miles southwest of the island of Grand Bahama. They were en route to Charleston, South Carolina. I guess this was one of those multi-island cruise ships or whatever. It was the Carnival Ecstasy. That was the name of the ship. So we'll see what happens here, but rarely are these things an accident. All right. Today's headlines. The first round of Trump versus Hillary head-to-head matchups starts tonight. Clinton Foundation donor Matt Lauer hosts the Commander-in-Chief Forum from the USS Intrepid Air and Space Museum in New York City. Also, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is back in the news. Appearing on Hannity last night, he said that more hacked emails could be released as soon as next week. And finally, we have some credible polling out of the Northeast. Is the Trump campaign about to significantly change the color of the electoral map's borders? We have all that, plus Hillary tells supporters in the Sunshine State that she will not run a campaign full of insults after spending 30 minutes insulting Donald Trump and releasing 2 new attack ads. We also have filmmaker Dinesh D'Souza's 3 keys to a Trump victory in November, and students at one California college find signs posted in their dorm rooms telling them to denounce their white privilege. But it's okay. It's okay. The college said it's just fine. Well, let's kick the show off the same way we always do, with a salute to our country with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Head over to RynoReport.com, RynoReport.com. Check out part 2 of Robert's series on the state of our education system. This is a good one. You gotta check out the latest installment. Also, follow me on Twitter, please, at Ryno on Air. I said please, at Ryno on Air. And you can like us on the Facebook, Facebook.com/The Ryno Report. And you can listen to the old episodes. You have yesterday's show, hashtag Friend of Abe. That's a code word in case you don't know, a code phrase. And hashtag Big Beautiful Wall, our weekend report on iTunes, TuneIn, Spreaker, Podbean, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio.
It started at bunko night. A little tickle in my throat, says Sandra. Then comes Colin barking like a seal. That cough, that's the flu. And then it spreads to Edna, to Wiley, to Marjorie. But when it comes to your door, you won't be answering because you got your flu shot at Rite Aid, where they care about you and your health. So while they're seeing doctors and sweating through fevers, you'll be teaching your granddaughter the 2-deck shuffle. Shield yourself at Rite Aid before it's too late. If you're over 65, the CDC recommends flu and pneumonia shots. No appointments necessary, and they're free with Medicare Part B. Rite Aid. With us, it's personal. Flu vaccines available while supplies last. Age restrictions apply in some states. See pharmacy for details.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
All right, guys, welcome back to this Hump Day edition of the Ryno Report. We led the show off with a story about a woman who fell from a cruise ship, the Carnival Ecstasy, around the Bahamas, around Grand Bahama Island, 32 years old. And I said that these things are rarely an accident. Now, it's not easy to fall off of a balcony on a cruise ship. It would be difficult to do it by pole vaulting. So typically, these things, we start finding out that there was a honeymoon or maybe, something else, and the guy she was with has a girlfriend and a separate family. All these things start coming to light. We always see, whenever you see accidental falls, usually there's something else. People falling off the Grand Tetons and everything. You see it all the time. I'm not trying to cast aspersions, but it's like, it's almost... You almost can't believe it. You almost can't believe that somebody was hanging out around dawn and the boat hit a bump. Boats don't really hit bumps. And they just poop out of their chair into the water. 150 feet or whatever it is. 11 decks. So in construction, 11 stories is 110 feet. Now you have to add in the rest of the stuff and whatever above, the surface of the water. It's probably 150 feet. Just take into consideration the high platform. If you watch the Olympics, which most of you didn't, but if you watch them, the high platform, the 10-meter platform above that emerald green pool, that's 30 feet. That's pretty high. I've jumped off of those platforms before. You have to figure out how you're going to hit the water, because from that height, the water feels like cement. Now imagine going 4 times higher than that. Now, I'm not a big fan of cruise ships. I had a lot of friends who were cruisers, right? They go cruising, I guess that's what they call it. I don't know. Not my thing. Last year they had this Anthem of the Sea. This thing was floating around the Atlantic Ocean for like a week. It had no power. People are getting sick. There's not enough Dramamine in the world to cure what happens there, because you don't really realize it sometimes, but the captain steers the boat into the waves. That way you don't get broadsided and the boat doesn't rock so much. Well, when you have no power, lo and behold, you have no steering. So this thing was getting tossed around. I'm also not a big fan of rogue waves. Don't like it. I don't like the idea of a cruise. You're all confined into one area. I don't like the idea that everybody has the same vacation. Does that make any sense? You get 10,000 people on a boat. You're all having the same vacation. Vacations should be things that are unique to you and your family and your friends or whoever you're going with. It's rare that you sit around the Thanksgiving table 20 years later and say, hey, remember that cruise we took? It had that arcade. No one says that. Who says that? No, you go, remember that road trip we took? And we were going through Wyoming, and the bison hit the side of the car, and Dad had to spend $18,000 on a new transmission because we were in the middle of nowhere. How funny was that? That's what they say. When things go wrong, that's the best part about a vacation. Not, hey, we all got listeria. That's not one of the memories you think about. So I guess we'll see what happens with this woman, 32 years old, where she is. She's probably shark bait by this point. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see her on Shark Week next week or next year. All right. So I had to do this story. We got to talk about the USA hockey team. We got to talk about it. Because Coach John Tortorella, this guy's got a set on him. He says to his players, now the U.S. or the Hockey World Cup is starting in just a couple of weeks. The pre-tournament games are going on now, but the tournament starts late next week. Coach John Tortorella, who most hockey fans know as being a pretty outspoken individual. In fact, a couple of years ago, he tried to fight the entire Calgary Flames team during the intermission in between the first and second period. He says to his team, if you are going to sit for the national anthem, you are going to sit for the rest of the game. Wow, isn't that a novel idea? This is sort of going along the lines of the old Herb Brooks motto, the name on the front means more than the name on the back. Unfortunately, Colin Kaepernick is really too dumb to realize that. Not mentally fit to be a police officer either, I might add. Would never pass psychological, would never pass ethics, would never pass effective communication. He's mentally unfit to be a cop. But John Tortorella, he says, listen, none of that. None of that. Now, hockey players are very, very disciplined. I've played the sport my entire life, so subsequently I have been yelled at my entire life. That's what hockey is. It's one of the few sports out there where coaching makes a tremendous difference. They say in baseball, if you have a good manager, he'll win you maybe 5 or 7 games a year out of 162. If you have a bad manager, he'll lose you 10 to 15 games. In hockey, if you have a bad coach, your season's done. Done. Now, he's not going to put up with it. In fact, I'm sure he said in the locker room, if you're not going to stand, you know what, just don't be here. This is Team USA. If you don't want to stand, you can leave. Leave. Now, they had a guy on Fox News this morning, one of these Fox reporters, sports guys, saying, I don't know, this is going to be controversy. Is someone going to say, you know what? No. These players are disciplined. Hockey players are disciplined individuals. They will stand. They will stand. That I will give you my Ryno guarantee on. So, in case you're looking forward to it, September 17th is the first game, USA versus Team Europe, and then on September 20th is what I call the Bieber Cup. It's USA versus Canada, right? Loser has to keep Justin Bieber. That's the deal. Loser of that game keeps Justin Bieber. But that was an important story. It is. And it's fitting for the time that we're in right now. You have more and more of these players kind of siding with Kaepernick. You had some guy from the Seahawks. And then some soccer player, Megan Rapinoe. Has anyone ever heard of this woman before? Is that even a woman? Megan? I guess so. She's, or he's, whatever it is kneeling. I mean, no one watches soccer anyway. No one watches that stuff. Boring. I saw, it was yesterday, our USA soccer team beat, I forget who it was, but they beat them 4-0. 4-0. That must be the first time ever in soccer history that someone got 4 goals. You never see that. These things go 0-0 and then it's some undetermined amount of overtime. They wonder why the refs get killed in some countries. Oh, sorry, overtime's up. No one knows how much time is left. No one knows. All right, so Tortorella, good for him. I'm glad he's the coach. I wish he coached the Islanders, but that's a story for a whole different show. All right. So this thing in France now, we heard that a car was found in France with canisters of gas in the back. It was near the Notre Dame, however you want to say it, cathedral, and this is what ISIS has said they would do. They're going to put explosives in areas and let them sit there until crowds form. We've seen warnings of this over the last few months. Now, of course, Paris is on edge with what happened in Nice, in France, obviously, and what happened at the Bataclan. They're on edge. They have every right to be. It's the steps they take to try and prevent it that should really, really garner most of our attention. So we're going to finish talking about this when we come back, and we're going to talk about Fight Night. Fight Night, the first sort of head-to-head battle with Trump and Hillary. We'll see how that plays out tonight. Hosted by Clinton Foundation, Matt Lauer. He's so glib. So you've missed the healthcare deadline and don't have any form of healthcare? Liberty HealthShare has the answer. Liberty HealthShare offers an affordable healthcare option that allows Americans to enroll any time of the year. For those of you who have already enrolled but just aren't satisfied with what you've chosen, there's still hope. Liberty HealthShare allows Americans to control, manage, and direct their health care, yet still be in good standing with the Affordable Care Act. Members are exempt from the tax penalty and mandates imposed on individuals for not having health care insurance, thus giving you freedom from insurance. Liberty HealthShare empowers their members by giving them the ability to choose any doctor or hospital across the nation. Memberships are for individuals, couples, and families, offering a variety of options to best suit an individual's medical needs. If you're a freedom-loving American like myself, looking for contract-free health care, then this is for you. For more information on how to enroll at any time of the year, call 855-585-4237 or visit libertyhealthshare.org to request a free estimate. Do it today.
When you really want Italian food, you've got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. And when something's good, you don't forget how good something good really is. It's the little things that count, like Columbo's salads. They're fresh, crisp, cold, and delicious every time. Service that's friendly, not phony. Then there's Columbo's mouth-watering steaks. They're flavor-filled fish specialties and Columbo's crowd-pleasing Italian goodies, plus jazz every night. And don't forget the meatballs. At Columbo's, you can't forget how good something good really is, and it's all so affordable. That's why, when you really want Italian food, you've got to get to Columbo's, because it really is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's. Mangia.
Is your business paying too much for your water? Pure Water Technology provides the world's best fully monitored, self-cleaning, bottleless water purification coolers for your employee drinking water. That's right, I said bottle-less. Because Pure Water Technology can provide you and your employees with a much healthier and cost-efficient alternative than what you're currently using. And we provide free trials. Pure Water Technology has technology unlike any other company. And you can save an average office over 6,000 gallons of water annually. So you can do your part for our California drought, save water, and at the same time have happier, healthier employees. We use new reverse osmosis technology. It's available only through Pure Water Technology. No one else has this system. And we save water too. Log on to ditchthebottle.com or call 888-790-7873 for free information and your free trial. 888-790-7873. Call now.
Facebook or something, and they're going to say, you talked about a cruise ship with all the stuff that's going on in this country. I can't believe you wasted a minute talking about something else. Well, we have to sort of do that once in a while. We have to let our mind go somewhere else for a minute. It's been a very, very rough, let's call it 15 months. 15 months. I mean, how long was it? It was almost a year before the first ballot was cast in Iowa that we saw somebody announce. Ted Cruz, he was the first one. Ted Cruz, and we had Rand Paul was after him, and I forget how the dominoes fell after that. Of course, Trump, we know, was June 16th. He reminds us every day of what day he announced. But you have to sometimes go somewhere else for a minute, right? You start getting worn down, and I get it. This is the home stretch. We're 61 days away. I understand, and I get the magnitude of it. But somebody fell off a cruise ship, and I think that deserves some attention. So I'll get the comments on it. It's fine. Bring them on. So let's talk about this thing in Paris. Of course, outside of the Notre Dame Cathedral, they found this car. It was a Peugeot 607. Yeah, people still drive Peugeots, I guess. I had no idea they even were still around, to be honest with you. Had some gas canisters in the back. One was empty. Some may have been full. Kind of getting some reports trickling in here and there about the actual specifics. Now, remember, 130 people were killed in Paris last November. 130 at the Bataclan and those suicide bombings and that rampage with the cafes and the whole thing. 130 people. And then just in July, 86. 86 on Bastille Day. We all remember that in Nice, France, where that lunatic in the truck who was an ISIS supporter plowed through that crowd. France is on edge. France is perhaps more on edge than we are. Or our president, anyway. Our government. Homeland Security. Right? What's what they call themselves, anyway, Homeland Security. They're on edge. So they want to get to the bottom of this. They arrested or they have detained the two people. One was a registered owner of the vehicle along with somebody else. So we'll see how this plays out. Was it innocent? It's very possible. It's very possible this guy just needed natural gas or propane or whatever it was, and he left his car somewhere. We always can't jump to the assumption that this was a planned terror attack. We don't know that. There were no detonators found in the vehicle, by all accounts. But currently there are 700 French nationals in Syria. And French security is saying we have to watch these people once they come back. We have to watch and see what they do and track them. No, my answer to that is no. Don't let them back in. That's the same thing here, too. If you leave this country and you go to Syria, sorry, can't come back in. It may have been innocent. It may not have been innocent. You may have been seeing your great-granny. You may have been seeing a leader with ISIS. Doesn't matter. We revoke the passport. You don't come back in. Now, you don't have to keep an eye on them. You're taking away the threat. You're mitigating circumstances. I don't understand why countries let people back in after they've been to and especially when they go to like Turkey and then they cross the border and there's all these different machinations of how they get to Syria. No, red flag. Total red flag. You're out. You're out. You chose to leave. You're out. End of story. But France lets them back in. They got 700 in Syria now. 700 French nationals that will all be returning. I'm sure most of them are being trained. I think the French authorities are well aware of that. All right. Let's move on here to this fight night tonight. Fight night, right? How did they pull this off? How did they pull off this town hall-ish type meeting, this commander-in-chief forum? How did they do it? There's no football tonight. How are they able to do this? It's not a Monday or a Sunday in the football season. I thought that's when we scheduled debates for. I must have misunderstood. Anyway, Matt Lauer, the glib Matt Lauer, he's going to host this thing, and it's going to be this question and answer. The audience is going to be filled with veterans and active military and family of military. That's good. That's a good thing. Hopefully Matt Lauer doesn't ask all the questions. I'm sure these families have lots of questions for the Donald and for the criminal, Hillary. So we're going to watch this tonight at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, taking place on the USS Intrepid Air and Space Museum. I have been there. It's an aircraft carrier that they transformed into a museum. I actually had the honor of meeting some people who served on that ship also. Great people. Great people. We'll finish talking about this when we get back, and we'll talk about Julian Assange.
This is Larry Minetti for Herpanicin, the acne medication that really works from the inside out. If you suffer from skin problems, Herpanicin is the most unique and effective formula on the market. It cleans your skin from the inside out and gets rid of all kinds of acne and blemishes on your back, neck, and your face. It works so well, you can look and feel like a movie star. Herpanicin, a natural supplement created by Dr. Wayne Diamond. You take a pill, and that's it. I've been on these supplements, and they really work, folks. Don't be afraid to look in the mirror ever again. Get Herpanicin today. Call 888-467-4200. That's 888-467-4200. Herpanicin, it really works. 888-467-4200. Tell them Larry Minetti told you to call. And look and feel like $1 million with Herpanicin. Call 888-467-4200.
Do you still believe the old-fashioned notion you're free to withdraw your own cash from your own bank? Don't bank on it. Pat Boone here. You know, the truth is if you have a bank account, you're a target of the government's new war against cash. According to The Secret War, a new white paper from the folks at Swiss America. Get a free copy now. It's a must-read for all of us. The Secret War.
Thanks, Pat. Call toll-free 888-732-7221. That's 888-732-7221.
Every day, governments are moving closer to outlawing cash to create a cashless society. No wonder banks are moving to limit cash withdrawals. No wonder banks must now spy on you and me for the government. Hope you'll take it from me, Pat Boone. You need to read The Secret War. It's free.
Call now, 888-732-7221. That's 888-732-7221.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante in Fullerton, California for authentic family-style Italian dinners. Come to Angelo's and Vinci's and celebrate your party or event in one of our festive banquet rooms. Angelo's and Vinci's, Fullerton, California, 550 North Harbor Boulevard. Named the Orange County Hot List Top 5 Italian restaurant for 7 years in a row. And a Top 10 pizza restaurant by Gale, featuring traditional and award-winning pizzas. Offering Sunday champagne brunch from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., just $16.95. Choose from over 20 items, plus create your own personal omelet. Delicious lunches, including our express lunch buffet, $8.95 with over 15 items. And dinner 7 days a week. Getting married? Angelo's and Vinci's won this year's Wedding Wire Couples Choice Award. You can talk to our experienced staff of wedding coordinators. We treat you as guests at your own wedding reception. It's all at Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022. 714-879-4022.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Ryno Report. I am your host, the Ryno. We're talking about this forum, I guess they're calling it. It's not a town hall, it's a forum. They're all about the same thing. They're not going to go head-to-head. Hillary lost her first coin toss in 12 months. She lost the coin toss. So the Trump camp, they deferred. They deferred the kick. They're going to go second. Hillary's going first. This is not set up for a win for really either candidate. It's really not. Donald Trump leads Hillary in polling amongst military by 20 points. 20 points in just about every state, every county, every town, every neighborhood. 20 points across the board. She's not going to pick up much here. She keeps saying that Donald Trump has the secret plan. He's got a secret plan, and the secret is he has no plan. Well, no, he's just not as dumb as our current president. He doesn't tell the enemy what he wants to do. He's realized that this is not a game of Risk or a game of diplomacy, if you remember that game. That's a great game, by the way. That's not what this is. These are lives at stake, both military and civilian. If ISIS is not handled swiftly, civilian lives will be at stake. Many. Many. So why is he going to go trotting out his plan about what he's going to do? The only thing he has said is that he would have bombed the oil pipelines, which I agree. You got to cut off the money. You got to cut off the money. Obama won't bomb the pipelines because, well, the green people don't like it. No, it's a lot of carbon and carbon footprint type stuff, right? Carbon dioxide or whatever it is going into the air. But they should like that, because then that would fuel the whole climate change thing, and we could have more grants for more scientists to go study the impact of bombing the pipelines. Oh, wait, these scientists don't want to actually get dirty. They don't want to have to actually go to Syria and look at this stuff. Nah, we'll just sit offshore in a boat and take temperatures of the ocean. I don't know. So, she says he has no plan. He's got a plan. The guy's got a plan. The guy built a $10 billion empire. The man's got a plan. Her only plan is to raise money. That's what it's been this whole time. Brand new planes, $140 million in August, ad buys every 5 minutes in swing states. Now, Donald Trump does have to match that. He hasn't been lately. I don't mean the fundraising, I mean the ad buys. Got to dip into the pocket and buy some ad space. I think he's starting to do that now. So they're not going to be head-to-head. Not going to be head-to-head. He's going to sit in the back, watch her answers, and then come out and trump her. That's what he's going to do. That's what he's going to do. This should go well for him. I'm a little surprised NBC wanted to do this. This, of course, is being put on by the Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America organization. They're the ones sponsoring this. But the Clinton camp, this is a lose-lose for them. Lose-lose. And what happens if she goes into a coughing fit tonight? Watch. NBC is going to cut the feed. We have a technical difficulty. Feed cut. Can't see Hillary coughing. Because we've all seen it Monday, right? She spent half of Labor Day laboring to take a breath. 4.5-minute coughing fit. And then when she finally recovered, she couldn't get anyone's name out. She sounded like she had one foot in the grave and the other on a banana peel. That's what it sounded like Monday. So if this happens tonight, you watch how fast they cut that feed. They're gonna go to a rerun of Seinfeld or something. You watch, I guarantee it. Guarantee they're not gonna let you see it. All right, so that's tonight, 8 o'clock, MSNBC, NBC, whatever. This they've been leading up to this, though. They've been kind of jabbing at each other the last couple of days here. She's in Florida saying he's not, he's not presidential material, and he's always making fun of people, and then he comes out and he's saying that she's not qualified. She's not qualified, and who needs 13 devices in 4 years? And I can agree with that. 13 devices. Half of which were smashed to pieces. The other half were missing. He's got to stay in this area. This is a good area for him. It shows her trustworthiness number. They're tanking, by the way. Trustworthiness numbers on Hillary are tanking. Not doing good. Pretty soon they're going to have to change the formula again in these polls. They're going to have to change it. He also said yesterday in Greenville, North Carolina, he says, it's clear from the FBI report that Hillary Clinton lied about her handling of confidential information. This is like Watergate, only it's worse. And you know what? That's a good place for Trump to stay. If you can keep the correlation between her and Watergate, and there is a direct correlation. She was thrown off that investigation. right? If you can keep these two tied together, that's good. That will resonate with people. Because people still think Watergate is the worst political scandal to rock our country. Well, it's because the media told them it was for the last 30 years. This is much worse. Much, much worse. State secrets. Secrets of the CIA, potentially. And we'll see what Julian Assange has to say about all of this. He was talking last night on Hannity. Talking about he has some more stuff ready to come out. Several batches were the words he was using. Several batches. A teaser, perhaps, next week? What would a teaser be? He said a couple of times that the information that he's going to reveal will cause the resignations of hundreds of people. Now, we saw the DNC chairwoman, Debbie Was-A-Man Schultz, resign during the Democratic convention. That was big news. That's big. That's huge. It got a little bit of, the alphabets had to cover it. They had to cover it. They didn't want to. But they had to because it's big news. But it got right away. Boom, done. We have a new person. She's just as dumb as the old one. Let's move on with our business. Covered up very quickly and forgotten about. But hundreds of people? I'm curious. You have my attention. And you know Assange has the Clinton campaign's attention. I hope this guy is surrounded by bodyguards. Surrounded. Because in the worst way, they want him to be the next body in the path of bodies following the Clintons. Now, hopefully he has the bodyguards, because we're all waiting to see what he has. Waiting with bated breath, quite literally. All right, we come back. I have a couple of polls I want to talk about. Some polls that may show the Northeast may not be as blue as you once think. We'll be back.
Welcome to Staples.
Staples guy, just picking up my online back-to-school order.
Here you go. And with Staples' 110% price match guarantee, you got the lowest prices.
Order online, ready in store in an hour.
Staples makes going back to school easy peasy.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Any more and this will get cheesy.
Order online, pick up in store, and get everything you need at the lowest prices, period. Staples. Make more happen.
Staples will match price plus refund 10% of the difference at checkout for items from retailers operating online and retail stores. Limited time. See store at staples.com for details.
Stay healthy from head to wallet with Wellness Plus with Plenty at Rite Aid. You can earn Plenty points on hundreds of specially marked products each week on your favorite brands. Every 100 Plenty points equals $1 off your next purchase. Sign up today in store or online at RiteAid.com. And that's just one of the 4 ways to save. Now through September 24th, spend $50 a week on participating products at Rite Aid and earn 2,000 Plenty points worth $20 in savings. Visit RiteAid.com/RakenPoints for details.
So you've missed the healthcare deadline and don't have any form of healthcare? Liberty HealthShare has the answer. Liberty HealthShare offers an affordable healthcare option that allows Americans to enroll any time of the year. For those of you who have already enrolled but just aren't satisfied with what you've chosen, there's still hope. Liberty HealthShare allows Americans to control, manage, and direct their health care, yet still be in good standing with the Affordable Care Act. Members are exempt from the tax penalty and mandates imposed on individuals for not having health care insurance, thus giving you freedom from insurance. Liberty HealthShare empowers their members by giving them the ability to choose any doctor or hospital across the nation. Memberships are for individuals, couples, and families, offering a variety of options to best suit an individual's medical needs. If you're a freedom-loving American like myself, looking for contract-free health care, then this is for you. For more information on how to enroll at any time of the year, call 855-585-4237 or visit libertyhealthshare.org to request a free estimate. Do it today. All right. So we're talking about Hillary, we're talking about Donald and the jabs they were exchanging yesterday. She says he's unfit to be commander-in-chief because he doesn't have the same sort of military backing that Mitt Romney and John McCain have, or had, during their presidential runs. Now, I think the further away you can get from those two knuckleheads, the better. That's my own opinion. And if that includes people who endorse them, then fine, so be it. You know, the Bush family endorsed both of them. I don't particularly want the Bush nod. Who cares about it anyway? He doesn't need it. Doesn't need it. So they're going back and forth. We'll see tonight. We'll see how this plays out. She's going to throw out a lot of platitudes and how much she loves the military. I hope somebody asks her. I hope one of the families says to her, hey, Miss Clinton, quick question. If you love us so much, why were there no American flags on the stage at the DNC until Donald Trump said something? Thank you. That would be my question. Oh, it was an honest mistake. I didn't get the email. Maybe it was in paragraph C. Maybe that's where it was. Who numbers paragraphs with letters, by the way? The C is how they alphabetized paragraphs? What? Is she nuts? Well, don't answer that. We know she's nuts. Did you hear that? That's what she said to the FBI. Oh, I thought it was they were denoting which paragraph. Which paragraph? Paragraph C. I have never in a million years. I think I'm fairly well educated. And I have never seen that. Paragraph C. What is this, like a handbook for the AFL? Go to paragraph C, section 2, line 4. It says, you're an idiot. That's what it says. All right, so we talked about Assange. He's got some stuff coming out maybe this next week, hopefully. Let's talk about some poll numbers. Some really quick poll numbers here. This is Emerson College. Emerson College has been very, very good. Well, they were in the primaries. We'll see how they are with the general election. In the primaries, they were right on. They called a lot of things before some of the bigger polling companies caught up to them. In New Hampshire, they show Clinton at 42, Trump at 37, down 5 there. Now, the Reuters poll has Trump up 1 in New Hampshire. So take the middle there. We're in a dead heat. New Jersey, Emerson. Clinton, 47. Trump, 43. Only down 4 points there. There is no Reuters poll on New Jersey that's recent. 4 points in New Jersey. Yeah, that's crazy. Maine. The great state of Maine. Clinton, 44. Trump, 35. Down 9 there. Reuters Ipsos has them tied. So possibly a dead heat there. Rhode Island. 44 for Hillary, 41 for Trump. He's a -3 there. Within the margin of error on 3 out of these 4 polls. Northeast states, Connecticut, he's down 15. Vermont, he's down, looks like 21 points. Which, let's be honest, to be down 21 in Vermont, it's pretty good. Massachusetts, he's down 17. Again, much better than Romney, McCain, Bush, or even Reagan fared in some of these states. Interesting to note, though, in this Emerson poll, Gary Johnson gets 14% of the voters in New Hampshire, 13% in Vermont, 12% in Maine, and 10% in Connecticut, New Jersey, and Rhode Island. Jill Stein only has 7% in Vermont. Now, if there's one state that could get Jill Stein into double digits, it would be Vermont. She's not there, 7%. She is not on the ballot in all 50. I think 26 or 27 states she's on the ballot on. Gary Johnson is on the ballot in all 50. So these 4-way matchups are starting to look like it's the way we have to look at it. For a long time, people were saying, wow, go to the head-to-head. But Gary Johnson's holding his own. He had a little flop there in about the beginning of August. Terrible convention. It was all over the news back in May. It was a riot. It was whatever. Some guy got undressed on stage. Remember that? And then you had the 2 big conventions, and then Johnson kind of started to fade away. He has some ads running. He's not going to be at the 15% he needs for the debates. I don't see that happening. But he is going to hang around 10 or 12% nationally when it comes to these states. We're seeing in every single state poll that he has plus 10%, just about everywhere. So you got to start looking at the 4-way race. That's where it's developing. The 2-way, it means nothing. If you have Trump, Hillary, and undecided, that means nothing. Throw it in the garbage. A gun-to-head Trump-Hillary, that may mean something. Haven't seen too many of those yet, though. So the Northeast might not be as blue as some people. Look at this yesterday. Wisconsin, they're tied in the Reuters poll. Ohio up by 3. Michigan, they're tied. Reuters poll again. New Hampshire, +1 for Trump in the Reuters poll. Well, they're going to have to change their formulas again. They have to change them again. They changed them back in July, remember? Trump had like a 12-point lead in the Reuters poll, and Reuters said, no, this can't be right. Let's change and go back to our, Democratic +8 formula we were using for 2008. Let's go there. Yep, lo and behold, Trump caught up. They're going to change it again. Keep changing it. Oh, by the way, PPP shows Trump +1 in Florida. +1 in Florida. This is also the same company that asked you if you think a giant asteroid would be a good president, too. And they also have the Floridians' opinions on tacos in this poll. So we don't really look at PPP, but it's fun to comment on. All right, when we come back, I want to tell you about a college that is telling its students to be ashamed of being white.
It started at bunko night. A little tickle in my throat, says Sandra. Then comes Colin barking like a seal. That cough, that's the flu. And then it spreads to Edna, to Wiley, to Marjorie. But when it comes to your door, you won't be answering because you got your flu shot at Rite Aid, where they care about you and your health. So while they're seeing doctors and sweating through fevers, you'll be teaching your granddaughter the 2-deck shuffle. Shield yourself at Rite Aid before it's too late. If you're over 65, the CDC recommends flu and pneumonia shots. No appointments necessary, and they're free with Medicare Part B. Rite Aid. With us, it's personal. Flu vaccines available while supplies last. Age restrictions apply in some states. See pharmacy for details.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
Let me take just a moment or two, if I may, and talk about a great place to eat. That's right, for you folks anywhere in the eastern San Fernando Valley, drop into Bob's Big Boys. That's right, in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. Now, everybody remembers the name Bob's. They're getting bigger and bigger every day. And little old Bob carrying the hamburger in his checkered overalls is the same Bob that you remember from back through the years. And, of course, if you want to go in for a great lunch, remember their classic burger, the original double-deck hamburger combination. Delicious 100% pure ground beef in 2 patties with American cheese, lettuce, and our famous Big Boy special sauce. The name is Bob, and I think when you go in, you'll say, by golly, I'm sure glad that I found this restaurant because it's good for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They've got all kinds of things, and all you have to do is remember. Bob's Big Boy in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. It's a great place to eat.
Hi, this is Bill Martinez. Join us every Monday through Friday from 9 to noon Eastern when we're covering the issues that matter most to you. From Obamacare, the latest from Russia, the Middle East, Israel, immigration, and more. We're talking with the policy and political experts so you can be better informed. It's Bill Martinez Live, brought to you in part by my friends at Good News Tax Relief. Let them help you get your peace of mind back by dealing with the IRS for you. Proven experience, proven results. Call 800-255-7500.
So you've missed the healthcare deadline and don't have any form of healthcare? Liberty HealthShare has the answer. Liberty HealthShare offers an affordable healthcare option that allows Americans to enroll any time of the year. For those of you who have already enrolled but just aren't satisfied with what you've chosen, there's still hope. Liberty HealthShare allows Americans to control, manage, and direct their health care, yet still be in good standing with the Affordable Care Act. Members are exempt from the tax penalty and mandates imposed on individuals for not having health care insurance, thus giving you freedom from insurance. Liberty HealthShare empowers their members by giving them the ability to choose any doctor or hospital across the nation. Memberships are for individuals, couples, and families. offering a variety of options to best suit an individual's medical needs. If you're a freedom-loving American like myself, looking for contract-free healthcare, then this is for you. For more information on how to enroll at any time of the year, call 855-585-4237 or visit libertyhealthshare.org to request a free estimate. Do it today.
This is Jeff Carlisi from the Band 38 Special. Let us never forget that police lives matter.
You're listening to the Ryno Report, always right, on the RWB Network.
The Republicans want to repeal it. You know, they actually, with a straight face, say that the Great Recession was caused by too much regulation on Wall Street. They actually say that. You know, I remember when, you know, I've supported my husband through all of his races in Arkansas. And one of my favorite political ads of all time was a radio ad, rural Arkansas, where the announcer said, wouldn't it be great if somebody running for office said something, we could have an immediate reaction as to whether it was true or not? Well, we've trained this dog. And the dog, if it's not true, he's going to bark. And then the dog was barking on the radio. And so, you know, people were like barking at each other for days after that. I'm trying to figure out how we can do that with the Republicans. You know, we need to get that dog and follow them around, and every time they say these things, like, oh, you know, the Great Recession was caused by too much regulation. You know, I think we could cut right through a lot of their their claims.
All right, welcome back to our final segment of the Ryno Report, this hump day. Remember to follow us on Twitter at Ryno on Air, or check out the old episodes on iTunes, TuneIn, Spreaker, Podbean, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. They're all there, all 159 or whatever. I think I've said that number like 8 times. I don't know. We have a lot of episodes. They're all listed there. You can find them all there. Before we get too far, Dinesh D'Souza, who I think I can say is a friend of this show. I hope I can say that anyway. He was on Fox 411 talking about what Donald needs to do to win this thing. And he said if he's asked today who wins, he says Hillary. But he says Donald can win it. He says, number one, he needs to expose the Democrat Party as the party of bigotry and exploitation that strips away the moral capitals from the Democrats. He needs to expose Hillary as being fundamentally a racketeer and a crook. This distinguishes Hillary from Obama. Obama is an ideologue, but the Clintons are essentially scam artists. They treat public policy as something that is up for auction. The third thing Trump needs to do is convince the American people that he is not reckless and he can be a statesman. This is not a critique of Trump. Reagan had to do the same thing. That's what Dinesh had to say about how Trump can win this. And yes, he's 100% right, and he mentioned some of those things on this show a couple of weeks ago. The problem here is that Trump does not have much time. 61 days to convince people you are a statesman. The trip to Mexico was a good start, but we have to keep going with that. Keep on the prompter. None of this extraneous stuff. None of that. On the prompter, look statesman-like, do good tonight in this forum on NBC, and then really drive it home on September 26th, the first debate. So, yes, I am with Dinesh on this stuff. All right, so new students at Pomona College in Claremont, California, go figure, they entered their dorm rooms, and each dorm room had a poster on it that says how to be a better white ally. That's what it said. It tells students in the poster they have to acknowledge their privilege and apologize if they've offended somebody. All right, that's what it says here. This is on campusreform.org. You can find this right there. It says, understand, this is a quote, understand that you are white, so it is inevitable that you have unconsciously learned racism. Your unearned advantage must be acknowledged and your racism unlearned. Yeah, that's what it says. Comparing a person of color situation with some experience of your own is not helpful. Not helpful. You do not and cannot understand our oppression. This is what this poster every dorm room. These kids are moving, and I'm not surprised. I had to look up where Pomona College was. I had no idea. I never heard of them before. Claremont, California. Anyone surprised by this? Understand that you're white, so it's inevitable that you have unconsciously learned racism. And there are 3 steps to take. You can follow 3 steps. So if these little tidbits of information weren't enough for you, be prepared to make mistakes. Listen and apologize. A lot of apologies going on here. And make sure to change. Those are the 3 steps, right? That's like the guy sitting 5 rows deep at the baseball game, yelling helpful hints like run faster, hit the ball further. Like the player didn't know they had to do that. Oh my God. The college says they're okay with it. They approved all this. So if you're a parent and your student is looking at Pomona College, maybe you want to put it in the category of Mizzou. Maybe that's the category we're going to put in Mizzou. Their enrollment's down 50% this year. 50%. No one wants to send their kids there. Pomona, you're next. Colleges are going belly up. We've seen a few of them already. ITT Tech, you're done, right? They're out. All right, guys, that's it for today. Hope you had fun. And as always, a huge thank you to those who serve our country at home and abroad. And a big thank you to those in the law enforcement community. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for all your hard work. We all depend on you. God bless all of you. God bless all of your families. And until tomorrow, have a great day, everybody. I'm the Ryno, and I'm out.
I'm back in the studio.